Alright, we haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn in a minute. 2-hour subblock today. This will be discounting the game on the voting spreadsheet soon, even cheaper to vote for. Quite a few people supporting this game with their tags to make it cheaper to vote for also, so I could see it winning sooner rather than later. I like this game a lot, though. I feel like the one thing, I've said this in every episode up to this point, but the one thing that Horizon Zero Dawn did wrong was come out within a month or two of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Because this would have been Game of the Year material easily by itself. Hey, thank you, Dread. I really appreciate your support. Happy to be playing more of this. This is on my short list as well.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. I've had a couple subscribers have surrendered their tags to me, like just tag whatever game you want to play next, and I think I've thrown several of them on Horizon Zero Dawn. Do you want to play more of this? The City Skylines is the, hey, EA bought Maxis and ruined it, so could we make a game that's like the old school SimCity, right? It's schmitty. Okay, so I think I'm just going to try to push the main story for a bit. I've been doing a lot of side questing. When I play this game eventually to completion, I'm almost certainly going to try to, like, if not 100, whatever, I'm not going to 100% it, but I'm going to do a lot of side content because the side content in this game feels fun and significant. Also, this game is gorgeous. So we wanted SimCity to be, but I never actually went there. Makes sense. It's been more than 6 months since we played this last time, so if there's something I ought to know by this point, or that I've already demonstrated knowing in a previous episode, feel free to speak up and say, hey, dude, you can press square to do this. Like, I think I can hijack some of those robots and basically get a horse to ride around. So maybe I should do that next time I see them. Indie Dev making a Sims game. Interesting. So I never really followed The Sims other than to hear that, like, as the series progressed, they started to, like, slough off features. Like, newer and newer Sims games had fewer and fewer features compared to prior entries. I don't know if that was an EA problem. Yeah, I am excited to play more of this game. It's crazy good. I guess I have a horse marker on the map. Maybe that will help me. I don't think that's my horse. Did I get a horse? It's just mine. Kitties, why do you have to be this way? I guess I'll try going through the way they want me to go. Thank you, Brutus. Yes, upgrading my inventory is an extremely high priority. I don't know that I forgot in part 3. I don't know if I just ever ran into the possibility of upgrading in part 3, did I? Carry capacity is my #1 priority by far. Do you know something in specific that I threw? I don't know that I found enough weapons or outfits to really have to worry about tossing. Upgraded my modification inventory right before ending episode 2. Because I only was getting so many of these before. Not really using traps that much right now. I guess this isn't very expensive to upgrade, so I may as well do it. Fatty meat is still easy for me to access. Fish bones and rabbit bones. Always take the first upgrade because it's stuff that's trivial to replace. Tripcaster ammo pouch. I only have one fox bone, so I might hold off on that one. Fish bones with the potions pouch would be nice.
Curiosities for
Oh, bummer.
not for graves.
I had to roll back a save point, so I don't remember that. Where does that show under carry capacity? Modification satchel? Oh, fox skin. Plus 30 capacity is significant.
Here she is, the hero of Devil's Grief.
Oh, Mother, remember
Come here,
her.
girl.
She
Been
was a
wanting to
good
meet you.
woman. It's her.
So, you're Aloy. I've heard about
Conversation
you
system
from the
really
war
reminds me
party,
of
the
Mass Effect in
hero
this
of
one.
Devil's Grief.
One of them, maybe. I didn't fight alone. You're Maria. Varl told me you'd know the way to Meridian.
The Karja capital.
I love this setting.
West will take
So
you
cool.
to it, but their soldiers will stop you long before you get there.
They can try.
No, what I mean is there's a Karja fort that guards the pass between east and west. Word is the Karja have sealed the gate out of fear of the corrupted machines infesting our sacred land.
So if I clear out the corrupted machines, they'll open the border?
I suppose. But I can't spare any braves to help you.
Who said I needed help?
You'll clear the valley, all by yourself.
I'm good with a bow.
For your sake? Better than good, I hope.
I should go.
So I'll find this Karja fort to the west? And beyond that, Meridian?
Yes, the Karja call the place Day Tower. It's
You
not
had
far
told me
from the
this was a
Forsaken
BioWare
Village.
game. Well,
What Forsaken Village?
from a dialogue perspective,
It
I
had a
would,
name once,
would not be
not that it
surprised. The
matters now.
gameplay is incredible
I was
too,
born
though.
there.
What happened to it?
The war? The Karja destroyed in one of their red raids. I was 15 at the time. I got away, others weren't so lucky. The Nora withdrew to this place, Mother's Crown. Relinquished our claim on the valley.
It's a bummer.
Even now, with the war behind us, we've left the valley be. A kind of buffer between the Sundom and our sacred land.
How far has the corruption spread?
I've seen it myself in machines at the head of the valley, and there's been word of corrupted machines in the south, too. Whatever the corruption is, it doesn't just affect machines. It burns flesh and sickens the injured.
Do the corrupted machines have any weaknesses?
Fire seems to affect them more than ordinary machines. A small mercy. This is a curse only the goddess can lift.
Unless we find out what's behind it and put a stop to it.
The matriarchs have spoken, Aloy. All we can do is fight, and pray to the goddess.
They have all these, like, they look like bungee cords. Like salvaged bungee cords seem really common in the fashion. What's cool about this game is that it's cool for like 100 different reasons. There's a lot of games that I've played that do one thing really, really well, and I can really enjoy that and hone in on it. But it's hard to just pick one thing that
Mother's
I love
Crown
about
guards
Horizon
the
Zero
edge of the
Dawn.
sacred land, right? So do you see a lot of foreigners here?
Yes.
And
Not
it's a
here in the
unique,
village itself,
unique
of
new
course, but in the
IP,
valley beyond.
not a sequel.
Since the war ended, foreigners have been allowed in the valley, and Nora can trade with them, if they choose. It's a kind of in-between place, neither foreign nor sacred land. If you're curious, visit Hunter's Gathering. It's little more than a heap of dingy shelters and tents, but foreigners use it as a way station.
Sounds like a place where I could find out more about Meridian. So you're in charge of the defenses here.
I have Sona's counsel.
It's a fox
Though she
game, not a
really should
hedgehog
rest.
game.
Good luck convincing her to do that.
Mother's Crown defends itself. During the war, it survived 15 assaults, broke 3 invasions. We will endure.
Trying to live up to glorious pasts has a way of getting people killed.
You wouldn't know this, but I won the proving the year I ran. Like you, I started off behind, had to find a shortcut. I barely made it, crossed the finish line with a broken ankle.
This isn't the proving, Maria. This is real.
You missed my point. Getting posted to Mother's Crown? It was the boon I requested. My prize for winning. Trying to live up to the glory of the Nora hasn't killed me yet. But if it has to, I'm willing.
I should be going.
All right. Be careful out there, Aloy.
She's never
hope
said
you
I
find
should
whatever
go.
it is you're after.
Oh, Mother, purify the machines. Cleanse them of corruption.
Through the corrupted zones. I will try.
Next time, I'll remember what the matriarchs decreed.
Do you remember, like, the look of games from 2007 to, like, 2015?
Goddess, remember those we had lost. Remember we were...
I'm so glad that we have color again in video games. I think it was Brown and Bloom. Even just comparing Resident Evil 5 to Resident Evil 4. I think the suggestion is this is near a place that I've already been and I can campfire there? No, not really. It doesn't make that big of a difference. Let's go to the nearer one first, though. Alright, it's been a really long time since I've played this, so I'm gonna suffer when it comes to getting back in the hang of the combat. I love she's got the thing that translates stuff for you. That's so neat. There's a corrupted robot. Square. Let's crouch and sneak around,
Those
but
machines. You can see the corruption coming off them like smoke. Time to clear them out.
yep. Roll around, that's a good idea. So that I think it gets fire. I remember the button I pressed to switch. There we go.
The flames burn stronger than usual. The flames, they're burning it.
Thanks for the tip, Mario. This game feels so good. Seems a lot. It's not a similar game to Crosscode, but it's similar in that it's just does everything so well. And it would be fine if it just had really good combat. It would be fine if it just had a really cool story. It would be fine if it just was a really cool universe. It would be fine if it was just a cool new IP. But like, it's all of those things at once. Take all as a button.
This poison seems almost to eat away at metal.
That sounds familiar.
Maybe that's what drives the machines mad. Might find a way to
Karja
use
Hunter
it someday.
Bow. Sharp Shot Bow. Right. I think they have different kinds of... Yeah, like I think this one's the slower, more accurate one. The Hunter one's the faster one. That's right. I really like the medicine pouch system too. It's always interesting to
Never
see
know when I
games
might
do
need
new
these.
takes on healing. Like, the absolute worst healing model in my mind is Skyrim style, Breath of the Wild style. You can store a nearly unlimited amount of instant consumable food. I don't remember where I go to capture. It might just be a context-sensitive button to override
Gotta put up a fight.
a little bit when I get close to it. Sharp Shot has a zoom effect also. Gotcha. But it's just like a context-sensitive button press when you sneak up behind them. There's not like a dedicated button. Hold it override. Stab him in the butt.
Here we go again.
I like having a do button. Sawtooth. These guys are nasty.
Stocking up.
I feel like primitive or like I'm trying to find what the right word is to describe it. It's not like caveman like what the genre would be. Monster Hunter is also sort of in this genre. Or it's sort of fantasy, but it's, you know, everyone's wearing beast skins and it doesn't feel like this high-tech, high sci-fi world. Anyway, mixing that with sci-fi is pretty cool. Whatever you would call it.
And the forsaken village that Mariah spoke of. It's in shambles.
Once the campfire turns green, that means it now counts as a waypoint, I think. I don't have to actually go rest at it. Saving. Those look like
Here they
corrupted
come.
tripods.
Corrupted watchers.
So I would use the slow bow, since these guys are apparently weak against fire. Hey, Serp, how you doing? Still recovering from Japan.
I know where I am.
Those are flashlight heads too. It's a cool aesthetic and it's fun for playing games. You can tell where you should be aiming all the time. Attack. Ouch. Thanks. Yeah, I think there's a lot of dynamic contrast in this game. The dialogue's pretty quiet, but the combat is super loud. That might even not be enough still. Try that. Appreciate it.
Corruption again. I've done what I can to cleanse this valley of corruption. Time to see if the Carja Fort will let me
She got
pass
corrupted
on
too. Interesting. Might be. Let me check. Hopefully that helps. I'm trying to watch the EQ bar. Carja Border Fort. Hey guys. I fought the corruption. I've mentioned it before, but I really like how they give you unique rewards for hunting different kinds of creatures. You don't just pick the one that's provides the most resources and get that one. Like, only foxes give fox bones and fox skins. Alright, so that one to craft. That's in here. Perfect. You can climb it. It's steep. All been there. I like the cadence of filling the medical pouch in this one. Like, at the end of the day, it's similar mechanic to the Estus flask in
Need them soon enough.
Dark Souls, which I really, really, really like. The whole idea of your healing resources are predetermined and then they regenerate whenever you die or reach a checkpoint. I think that's a good direction. It's a big improvement over Skyrim's consequence-free inventory, you know, smashing of cheeses into your face.
Sounds of fighting. Has something attacked the Karja fort?
Wow, they're not having a good day down here, are they?
Turn back, girl! These machines are dangerous!
I got you. Don't worry. Whoa, that was an attack. We fought these guys before, didn't we? After the proving, I think it was. Tried to warn me, I wouldn't listen. Oh, Jesus. Let's see if there's a good tactical position for me to take up. Once it jumps, it's already too late in most cases, it seems like. This is my slow bow. I really like the UI for like scoring crits and stuff. A little green arrow. Hit markers are really important to me in a lot of games, and floating damage numbers are basically hit markers. With more information than a typical hit marker.
Truly, the sun shines upon us this day.
Truly it does.
Sun risking its ass down here. So, will you open the gate for me now?
You heard her. Open the gates and send word to Captain Balon. Where
Audio
you
balance
headed,
okay,
girl?
you can still hear the
West.
characters.
To Meridian!
Open the gates!
Try to mess around with looking at loot later. Just pick it up for now. There's the big dude that I killed. Probably had good loot.
The Way of Broken Stones is a hard run, even in the best of times. You might want to have a word with Captain Balon. He came from Meridian not long ago. You find him in the fort, on a balcony to the left overlooking the valley.
Okay, thanks.
We're the ones who should be thanking you for taking down those machines. Walk in light, Nora.
And also with you.
Whoever's in charge here might
So
know if Nakoa came through.
Skills. I was working on getting everything in Forager so I could pick up other stuff. Okay, so overriding things are not as important to me. Call mount would be convenient. It's going to get me around the game faster. A total of 6 skill points for it. Yeah, okay. stands on that balcony every day. Hi, Ben. Ben, this is not a good... This is a two-hand game. I can't patch you and play it. You can try to, like, move the controller along your back. There's not a real door. Go to Meridian. Be a big deal when we get there. Let me see if I can... Under-equipped. Daughter's Vengeance. Armory. Really like how great the tracking is in this game, too. I've played games that have a wealth of side content and make it a huge hassle to know what you've done, what you haven't done, where you go to do the next thing. That was a big thing that I felt that Dragon Age Inquisition improved on the previous Dragon Age games. It seems like The Witcher 3 is really good at that, too.
I have questions for you. First, about another Nora woman who might have come through here. And second, about the trail to Meridian. What can I expect on the way?
Well, it was definitely another Nora. No way I'd forget that. She caused an incident. As for what to expect on the trail, nothing good. More machines all the time, and our scouts report corruption that way as well. So much for sealing things off. Keep to the roads. They're safe enough. Though after what you did at the gate, I'll wager you don't scare easy. It's a good quality. I could put it to use, if you don't mind a quick jaunt back east. I know it's bold of me to ask a favor after you just did one, but I can offer you answers in return. If there's anything you need to know about the Sundom.
What do you need, Captain?
I sent several patrols east when we got word of corrupted machines there. All of them confirmed my fears, so I sealed the gates. But it looks like we left some men behind when they were closed. Waleed, tell them what happened.
Machines attacked us near an abandoned Nora village.
Solaire would like this world.
Lakir told us to pull back. Then I lost sight of the others.
Never seen a Nora woman before, soldier? Have some respect. Report to her, not to me.
Lakir always stresses reporting back, so that's what I did. I felt terrible about leaving them behind.
Well, now that the gates are open again, I can send someone after them.
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men? What about Waleed here?
Most Nora still don't take well to the sight of Karja armor. Officially, it's a risk to send patrols so close to your sacred land. I'd prefer not to do that again. But heading that way won't be a problem for you.
Please say yes.
What was that, soldier?
Nothing, sir.
Right, Ben. It's very nice. I think it's Unreal Engine or just like the stock models, but just like seeing people do this when they talk. Like, that's fun. It's very familiar. My favorite one is probably Mass Effect, like the slow head turn and then the walk away before the end of a conversation. Good talking to you, Shepard. And then they're like, their head will turn right and then their whole body will move. Like a list off the screen.
What is this place exactly?
Day Tower marks the eastern edge of Karja territory. A trading post, a way station. One with an ugly reputation among your people. During the reign of the last Sun King, many Nora were taken captive, then gathered here for transport to Meridian and sacrifice. But the sun set on that. I was appointed by the Sun King Avad to make sure old Karja at this outpost show respect to the Nora.
This guy seems
Who
alright.
do things stand between your tribe and the Nora now?
Sun King Avad wants peace. So do the matriarchs, I'm told. But old wounds are slow to mend, and both tribes are proud. My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom. Especially now after... well, while your people recover from this terrible attack, I mean.
What's Meridian like?
It's a changed place. A living city. Nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Juran. Avad, our new king, has done all he can to make sure of that. Slavery has been abolished. There's a new alliance with the Oseram. And the Sun Ring, where so many Outlanders were killed, is now a memorial to the fallen.
So the Karja are allied with the Oseram?
Hard to believe, but it's true. Mad Sun King Jiran raided the Oseram for years. Avad managed to get them on his side. He had help, of course. Ursur and Eren played a part. Oseram siblings, bigger than life. They gathered an army to free Meridian. I marched with them, scaled the North Cliff with my men, and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Jiran's kestrels and priests packing. Now Oseram are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
It sounds as though you approve of the new Sun King.
He is the chosen of the Sun, and what the Sundom needs after 10 years of war. A calming light, not a scouring one. Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper in the shadows that he's weak. No. Peace is strength, as the sun shall show.
Nice.
Did an Oseram named Olin come through here?
Twice. He was part of the royal delegation to the Nora. When they passed through on the way, then back.
I like the calming light versus scouring one. That's a cool metaphor.
Condolences, of course.
Do you know where Olin is now?
Not exactly. But he was on his way to Meridian. I'm certain of that. Everyone goes to Meridian.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the road to Meridian?
Sun King Avad has devoted considerable resources to making it safe. But by the sun's witness, it's been harder to control in peace than it was during the war. The machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect a few outposts like this one. As for everywhere else, well, travel at your own risk.
Whoever had the basic idea of, like, primitive cavemen-like people who hunt robot animals, like, that's just the coolest fucking idea, right?
You said something happened with Nakoa.
The Nora girl? Yes, something happened. Attempted murder. Prefect Zaid can tell you more about it. You can find him near the main tower, up the steps.
Wait. Zaid is here?
He is. Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. If there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it, and the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive. Oh, speak to him. Maybe he knows where she went. And try not to assault him, please.
I'll see what I can do about your missing men.
I would be grateful, but not as grateful as Waleed. You hear that, lunkhead? You might be off the hook.
Talk to Zaid. Mistaken identity, huh?
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work.
You're Zaid.
And you're a Nora. I can tell from your tone you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way. Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
Interesting.
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Zaid.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything
Covering
less
his
than
ass.
helpful, please let me know.
Some Asaram girl applied to the city.
That's a long walk. Let's check out Meridian. We've done a good amount of side questing so far. We can main story it up for a minute. Let's see, what level are we? 17?
Some Asaram
Or are they
girl
just
applied
12?
to the city guard the other day. Amazing.
Can't trust him, not after what Jan told me. That garrison is my only lead.
Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be a walk. Very good. We'll get the horse summon.
The world beyond the sacred land. I need to find Olin and learn everything he knows. Who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus, who the woman is, the one who looks like me, why they want me dead.
It's a lot of
Olin's trail leads
mysteries.
to Meridian. When I catch him, he will talk. And he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
Maybe not go this way. This looks great. Context sensitive ziplining. Jumping at it is enough. I really like the characters in this game too. They feel multi-dimensional. It's not just like, oh, this person's an asshole. Hit up this. I'd like it to be daytime so I can see better. This game is basically like Mass Effect Breath of the Wild. Like, I like peanut butter in my chocolate. Seems like The Witcher 3 is like that as well. And now's the time to sell stuff, I guess. I'm near capacity and anything. Oh, I'm actually doing okay in capacity. Never mind. What did that, Fox drop? Nothing I can use right now. Okay.
By the sun! Are you Nora? I've never seen one at a hunting grounds before, or at the Hunter's Lodge. How interesting.
What do you do here?
This is a place to test yourself against a herd of machines in the stamina trials. Think you can handle it?
I know I can.
Excellent. I like your spirit.
You're awfully friendly.
Well, you know, it gets lonely in the wilds after a few weeks. Terribly lonely, in fact.
What about your friend over there?
Oh, he doesn't count. Barely ever opens his mouth, and when he does, nothing interesting comes out.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Well, I'm a hunter, of course, and a member of the Hunter's Lodge. But I don't mind being out here. At least no one complains about my clothes, or my manners, or my personality. Don't let him in, he'll drive people off with his incessant chattering. Or, he stinks of fish again. That sort of thing.
I like this guy. Reminds me of
Don't
Emo
stink of
Phillips,
fish,
the way he
do I?
talks.
No, it's, more like wet fur.
Well, that's something.
What are the trials?
The Hunter's Lodge makes sure hunting grounds around the world offer hunters a place to train. The trials here focus on the most important part of hunting, keeping your stamina up. Hunting isn't a sprint, it's a gauntlet.
So all you offer is training?
And a herd of machines. Plus, I'm allowed to award marks. Half sun, full sun, and blazing sun, if you do well.
What is the Hunter's Lodge?
A place in Meridian where hunters gather, socialize, and brag a lot. Me, I just love hunting machines. If you win 3 half suns at any of the hunting grounds, you can enter the lodge yourself.
I should leave for now.
Till the next hunt.
Cool. I don't think it was Emo Phillips, but I know he's still doing stuff. Like, he played a pretty important character in Adventure Time. Yeah, it's a different sort of open world game, though. The Witcher 3 and this one, than something like Skyrim, I think. I haven't really been able to like put my finger on exactly what makes them different, because I think it's easy to say, oh, they're just the same genre. I think the significance of the side content is a big part of it. I'm also not sure if this kind of game or a game like The Witcher 3 is like strictly better than Skyrim, or if Skyrim's approach has something that isn't offered by these two games, you know? Also trying to think if there's another game that's like Horizon Zero Dawn and Witcher 3, or if these are the only two right now.
Scrabbling a bit.
Accidental rocket horses. Dragon Quest 11 for the Switch is coming out. That's cool. Maybe the overall size of this game in The Witcher 3 is smaller than Skyrim's. Maybe that's what you're paying for. It's like less overall content, but the content that's there feels more polished. I keep wanting to call it Skyrim, but with more work, but I don't know if that's fair to Skyrim. It's also like a big difference in release year, right? This is 2017, Skyrim's like 2010. But I've played other non-Bethesda games that are closer to Skyrim than they are to this. Like any of the Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption games, I think, are like Skyrim in that, yeah, it's a big world, yeah, there's a lot to explore, but most, if not all, of the content is degenerate. Like, okay, it's another mission where I go and I, chase down someone in a car and then run away from the police, or it's another mission where I go and I grab somebody with a lasso, like, or in the case of Skyrim, it's another cave system with Draugr.
I did tell you we'd meet again.
Nil. Still hunting bandits?
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yes. I've been sharpening my blade, anticipating the scent of the fight. Don't get me wrong. These scum are odorous. A little panic and desperation really sets it off, though. Like an incense.
So, what's your knife called?
Why would someone name a knife?
So much for small talk.
Are you ready?
Just don't think this means I enjoy it.
Don't worry. We'll take your secret to their graves.
Do a bandit camp with him, or I can keep going to Meridian. I'll keep going to Meridian for now. Crosscode continues to shock me with its lack of degenerate content. Like, basically every enemy in that game has something about it that's unique. Holy cow, that thing is huge. What the hell is that? Thunderjaw. So maybe not fuck with that guy, huh? Yeah. Excited to play Dragon Quest 11 at some point. That dude is tall. And just there. Is that a fox? Raccoon. I like how this game solves the detective mode problem. You can turn it on whenever you want, but you can't actually like take actions with it on, and it slows you down. I think the Tomb Raider solution is pretty good too, where it's like a little burst, fades away.
Better though.
I've actually only ever played Arkham Asylum. I assume they tried to fix that issue in the Arkham sequels. The why don't you just play with detective vision on all the time? Makes the whole game look blue. Poor environment artists. No one ever gets to see the art that they added.
Oh, my poor feet.
Poor guy.
Sorry, I have no news that would interest you.
Oh, well, appreciate you being self-aware of that.
I need a moment. My duties today are endless.
This game is gorgeous.
Arrested 2 for disorderly conduct last night.
I don't want to know what they were doing. Why is this game so good?
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
So glad I got greenlit with the budget that it has. Wow, Meridian is kind of gorgeous.
I was born at sunrise. It's supposed to be lucky.
I wonder if he only says that because it's sunrise now. What was their fix for detective vision?
Wonderful. So many come to the Sundom and can't be bothered to work. But you don't seem like the rest. We've lived under the same sun all this time. Imagine that.
They have equipment that goes off when you use it for too long? Mm.
I'm sorry for the wait, but all goods entering the city are subject to search.
This is outrageous. We're loyal citizens. How long do we have to
They're
wait?
gonna take
What
my
am I
Bluetooth
supposed to do?
headset?
Just sit here and let everything spoil?
I thought Meridian was open to all Carja.
What happened to Ursa has nothing to do with us.
going on here? Olin's in there, somewhere.
Meridian.
And so's Erend, that other Outlander I
Couldn't
talked to
imagine
the
living
night before the
anywhere else.
proving. Erend said he'd introduce me to his sister if I visited Meridian. Said she was captain of the Vanguard.
How seamless the transition into the city was. Wow. I assume this is all... See that mountain, you can go there.
Good luck getting through, Outlander.
It's always the merchants who suffer.
Halt!
Halting. What's up?
He doesn't
Stop
look happy.
right there. In light of the recent attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Recent attack? What are you talking about?
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Ursa? You mean Erend's sister is dead?
How would you know his name?
I know Erend. Summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Erend, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Aloy! Hey, you're alive! I thought you were dead. Make way, make way!
All the way to Meridian just to see me?
Have you been drinking?
Ah, not really. A little. So, you're alive. We should celebrate. The drink's on me.
We need to talk, alone, and you need to pull it together.
Over there.
So you approve?
Of course I approve. From now on, she may come and go from this city as she pleases.
As you wish, sir.
There. Alone as you asked. And what did you want to tell me?
A lot has happened since we last spoke. The Proving was attacked by a group of killers. Not many of us survived.
We were in the village when we heard explosions up on the mountain. Some of your braves came back, said most of the contestants were dead. I've never heard such a wail of grief as the sound that rose up from your people. How did you survive?
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
I was able to reload my game when I died.
What do you mean?
The killers came for me because of Olin.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
I need to find Olin. I need to know what he knows.
But he's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know that Olin is working with them.
But, I mean, this...
I don't need you to understand Erend. I just need you to take me to him.
He's not here. He went scrounging for scrap and relics days ago. It could be anywhere.
Are there any places he frequents, places he returns to?
A house. Here in Meridian.
Okay, then take me there. I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
Oh, he's okay with that. That's surprising.
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
Special to me? Special to everyone. She always knew what to do. She bossed everyone around. She kept me in line. Now I'm supposed to fill her shoes. And instead, here I am, stumbling around in them.
Give yourself some time. You'll find your footing.
Not at the rate I've been drinking.
And what would your sister have said about that?
I know, you're right. I should expect more of myself. She always did.
I need to see Olin's place.
I do like the morality system in this game.
Okay, okay. Come on.
So many people here, all talking at once. How does anyone think?
I don't. I just drink.
That girl. Is she a Nora? Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days.
Fight me, guys.
Vengeance for Ursa!
Uh,
How long will Avad hide in his palace? Blood for blood. Vengeance.
if you hear the guy talking about Avad,
Will Avad hide in his palace? Year after year.
just
Why
like he's
does
a
he
straight
spare those
upshot
who
over the Mad
enslaved
King.
and tortured and butchered? Errant, you should want vengeance more than anyone. Your own sister murdered, and her death unavenged?
One more word, you scorched out slag, and I'll throw you in jail myself! Now get out of here, or I'll give you all a kick in the ass!
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
And within, the greatest of all.
You get the one guy who's like, peace is strength, we love the new king. He's a weakling.
Okay, how are we gonna get in?
That works.
Oh, that was subtle.
Here we are. Try not to break anything. Other than the door.
All of this for one man.
It pays to have connections in the Sun King's court.
The corner of this rug is frayed, and the floor near it is worn. Let's see what's underneath.
Hey, how did that get here?
Question is, how to get through it.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch of Oseram make. Nothing gets through.
We'll see about that.
I don't think you're getting through that hatch.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sober enough, all right? I don't need another lecture.
That's not what I meant. I was talking about what happened outside with the crowd.
I don't want to talk about that. We're here because of what you said about Olin, so do what you need to do.
Did Olin ever invite you in?
Nah. Closest I got was a doorstep to help him home after a night out. We drank a river that night, but I hold it well. Usually.
You said Olin has connections in the royal court. Does he know the Sun King personally?
No. He served the court as a scout sometimes and sold ancient trinkets to nobles, but he never had an audience with the king. If you're right, and Olin's into something dark, Sun King Avad has nothing to do with it. I'd stake my life on that.
Interesting.
I'll look around.
That's what we came for. Call it a day, girl. You're wasting time.
Shows a family unit.
It looks like a picture of Olin's family.
Interesting. It's a cool way to have a painting in your house. Get a cross stitch, basically. Super flavorful. Love this universe.
A lot of metal here. Could be just what I need. Looks big and heavy. Let's give it a little push.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
Whoa.
Aren't you gonna see what's down there?
All right, back to it.
Do you keep more Bluetooth headsets down here? Two-dimensional representation, etched directions, geographical data transposed. His journal. It's pretty cool.
A map. The glyphs show places he visited.
Etched metal maps.
Looks like Olin kept a journal.
Olin? I knew he could read contracts, but I never took him for a poet.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted.
Traitor now and see no way out. Start at the beginning, how they turned me, perhaps I can see something I missed. I read through this and give a summary of what I read. Sounds like his wife gave him the notebook and taught him how to write. I'm guessing it's his wife. Told him that he should keep a diary. Okay, it was definitely his wife. She's likely passed away. Oh, no, they did not pass away. He's currently, it sounds like, possibly being blackmailed. Keep them alive. His Bluetooth headset keeps summoning him to take sites where he's getting ancient technology to bring back to the people of Meridian. Bad guys are spying on what he can see through his device, so he has to be careful what he says and does. Fitful sleep to pass 3 nights thinking on that Nora girl. Why did it order her killed? The device must be. What threat could she pose? Why did it order her killed is interesting. Yeah, but only his... Well, as far as we know, only his Palantir. We don't know if her Bluetooth headset is jacked into somebody else's. She's had it since she was a kid.
Serve and they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
In case you didn't want to read the lore document.
They took his wife and child captive.
They? Who's they?
Oh, we should assume that someone's listening.
They told him to obey or they'd kill his family.
Would not be a shocking twist if someone has been listening in on her headset.
There's your proof. Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend.
No,
That
read the
backstabbing
whole thing.
cheat.
Something else is going on here.
How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin's focus, it's the same?
The device is the same, but somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you? Through Olin?
Yes, so far as I can tell. Now that I know where to find Olin, I should be on my way.
All by yourself?
Leave it to me. I'm faster on my own.
Wait. If that device lets you see the unseen...
Out of the way, Erend.
I'm asking you to help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that, but the exact soldiers who did it.
I'm sorry about your sister, but that's your war, not mine.
I need to go do a
Don't
bunch of
act
stupid
like
side
this
quests
isn't
for other
personal.
people that I don't like.
You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me? Look, I'll head for Red Ridge Pass, where Ursa's body was found, and wait for you there. A few minutes of your focus is all I need. Don't make me beg.
Red Ridge Pass, you said? I'll see what I can do.
It's an interesting dramatic irony thing when you have a setting like this where it's like you can kind of depend on the audience to know or anticipate what the capabilities of the Bluetooth headset are. Like the fact that Olin and the others can talk over it is not surprising. The fact that they can like send video image, we can probably imagine. The characters in the universe have no reason to know that. But it probably affects how they write the story. They're like, okay, we know the audience can figure out what that is and what it can do. Whether or not it does those things for Aloy or not, you know?
Take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Let's do that side quest for this guy first. Let's see. I like Erend.
Won't find better wares.
Machines or bandits try to get past me.
God, this game is gorgeous. I can't believe it runs so well on the PS4. And just kill a random boar, that wouldn't be nice.
I'll tuck that away.
Just in case it matters soon. Oh, that's nice. The campfire's on like a sconce or brazier. What's this guy's deal?
Don't bother me, Outlander. I don't need a mercenary, I need a miracle. Someone who can tell me who slaughtered my men.
I'm a good tracker. Maybe I can help. What happened?
Mass murder, that's what. 5 night guards shredded like cabbage out there in the quarry.
5 men murdered? How?
Don't know. One was a buddy from before the liberation.
Yeah, it looks like he has some palsy. That's cool.
Together as slaves for the Mad King. My friend, may he walk forever in the light, knew how to fight. Fiends who did this must have had stealth or numbers.
Could machines have killed them?
Don't see how. The quarry is fenced and gated, and I've never seen a Glinthawk do anything like this.
Glinthawk, huh?
Anything strike you as strange or out of the ordinary?
Well, let's see.
The names for the robots are red.
Chunks of corpses, gushing blood. Sorry. Pressure's getting to me. Not used to murder. Nah, nothing unusual. Well, except we've been doing a little blasting lately, and Saravad said, no, that's just stupid.
You've been using explosives?
Sure. To clear away bedrock and get to the good stuff, we do it for a week or so every year. But that's got nothing to do with the dead. They were torn apart, not blown up.
What exactly did Saravad say?
Ah, nothing. Kept babbling about a pile of rocks out there. Said he didn't remember it from yesterday. I told him that this here is a quarry, where we move rocks all day. So rocks getting moved ain't so surprising, lunkhead.
I'll have a look around the quarry.
If you think it'll help.
I've seen this 4 times already.
Probably start picking up side quests when I run into them, just so that I can presumably do them when I run into them in the game world. Well, maybe it like lets you solve the side quest and then come back and turn it in later. Probably depends on the quest.
dust feels like it's under my skin.
Game does a really good job of like blending biomes together. With video games, you know, the world that your character can run through is never going to be as large as a real continent would be. So if you want to have like a snowy area and a desert area and a forest area, you kind of have to. It's be a bit of an abstraction. Obviously, those things wouldn't be right next to each other, but they kind of have to be in a video game. So, doing a good job of concealing those boundaries is difficult, I think. I'm enjoying RuneScape a lot, but there's a lot of areas on the RuneScape map where you like literally walk from lava world to ice world. There's no boundary transition. What the fuck? That guy's big. Snap. This place looks like where I live. A little bit dustier than it is here, but we don't really have cactuses. There's only one species of robot that can be ridden like a horse, right? I guess I'll end up getting one once I get a couple more skill points. Cultist priest.
Let's do this.
Cultists are not friends, turns out.
Concentrate on your target.
That's fun. Love faction interaction in these games. Oh, hitbox porn too. Like a character ducked to loot something and it kept me from taking damage.
For you.
Ow, dick. I think the robot got the XP for that. Rude. Nice stun.
I've got other ammo.
Like its wings charging up there. Can I shoot them while they're charging? I can. That's cool. Nice. Oh, this game feels so good to play.
Be fascinating if they weren't looking for me.
Cultists. Very good. First human enemies I've had since the proving sequence way earlier. Prickly succulents would be good practice for a cat. I don't know if they'd screw around with... Ben and Marty don't really fuck with plants at all. It might just mean that this part of the country doesn't have cactuses. Cacti. But like the look of the plains, the vegetation, and the rocks, that this is what it looks like outside. Like, We're up on a big mesa. It looks like that thing over there on the left. Robert Oppenheimer was a selfish man. He wanted to base the Manhattan Project here because it was pretty and isolated.
It's Erend, and he's in trouble.
Aaron, buddy, you can't be doing this. What's your plan?
This is what you trained for!
If he actually has health that I have to worry about or not. That's cool.
Alright, new plan.
Ouch. Oh, jeez.
For Meridian!
For Meridian, indeed.
For the Vanguard!
I'm glad that's over with. Thanks for the help.
No problem, dude. Happy to help.
Come on over here and have a word.
Yeah, give me a sec. I gotta call this loop.
Come on, what are you waiting for?
I'm looting everything.
Perfect. What are you doing out here all alone? Where are your men?
I'm not gonna risk their lives. I don't mind putting my worthless ass on the line, but not theirs. Sorry I had to drag you into it.
Don't worry. This is just an average day for me. You know, take down some machines, track some killers.
Right. I'd hate to see a busy morning for you. Ready to get started?
Are you sure you're all right?
Well, I'm sober, so...
Do I need to worry about you?
Well, I'm glad you're thinking straight at least.
Don't get used to it.
Tell me exactly what happened to Ursa. Start from the beginning.
No one knows for sure. She left in the middle of the night with a few of her best men.
Her best men? But she didn't bring you?
No. I'd been drinking a lot. You know, maybe she thought... damn, I don't know. I couldn't hack it. Search parties found their bodies the next day and the corpses of some Shadow Karja cowards. It was an ambush.
So it was for framing
Shadow
job.
Karja are animals. They beat her so bad we can't even show her face before burial.
I'm so sorry, Erend.
Yeah, well, when I find the soldiers who did this, they'll be sorry too.
You don't have any idea why she left in the middle of the night?
No. But it must have been urgent. A message, a report of some new Shadow Karja threat, I don't know.
Why would the Shadow Karja do this?
Because they hate us. And Ursa most of all. She teamed up with Avad to kick their asses out of Meridian. They've been licking their wounds for 2 years, but they finally found a way to get back at her.
All right. Show me where Ursa fell, and I'll do what I can to help.
Come on, follow me.
Pretty.
Why would Ursa come all the way out here?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I think it was a setup.
Is this Shadow Karja territory?
No. They broke the ceasefire as soon as they set foot in the cleft.
So I associate this with Grand Theft Auto, but I'm sure some other game came up with this walk and talk thing sooner. The first game I remember doing it was probably Vice City.
Alright, this is it. Where the ambush happened. Our soldiers have been over it, but maybe that fancy artifact of yours can find a
Aaron
clue or something.
Sorkin wrote video games.
Please. I need to find the bastards that did this.
These look like drag marks. Did someone move a body through here?
What do you see there?
This stain forms a line, as if blood dripped off the edge of something.
Later, Dread Killer.
See?
Thanks for turning on Subblock. Catch you next time.
I think someone moved the bodies here, then scattered them across the field.
Wait. Are you saying the dead found here were killed somewhere else? But why would the Shadow Karja do that?
At this point, I'm not taking it for granted that the Shadow Karja are responsible.
Of course they were.
Well, let's follow these tracks and find out.
Thanks for the reminder, game. Highlighting tracks is a core game mechanic that I completely forgot about doing. Definitely looks like a cart.
I get why they wanted Ursa dead. But why fake an ambush?
There's more to this, and we're gonna figure it out.
Framing the Shadow Karja. Probably. Maybe. Ooh, purple loot. Cracked and battered vessel, once dear to the old ones. Jome World Tour 2053 is spelled among faded colors. Yeah, the ancient vessels, mugs. Drone hut, wayfarers. Very cool. You know that this is not a complete fantasy setting, that it is like a alternate future involving Earth humans. This isn't necessarily Earth that we're on now.
These guys aren't Shadow Karja. They're from my tribe, the Asuram.
Is this how your people usually greet each other?
Oh yeah, fighting time.
Y'all are dicks, you know that?
Here's a little something for you.
Get him, dude. Human kill.
Regroup, Lord, regroup.
Nice shot.
Moving. Uh-oh. What's that?
Headshot XP.
I think it's calling in machines. Get ready.
Asuram, don't back down. Ah!
Weakness fire for the most part. Whoa, there is two of them. Stop crouching. Try to hit it in the canister if I can. Blaze canister.
No mercy.
He's got a blaze canister on his underbelly that's kind of hard to reach. Nice. That was the dream right there. So the trip caster would be nice. I love that they damage each other if they run into each other like that. I think that one ended. Excuse you.
You're going down.
Hi, Ben. That did not feel good. So he killed one of them. Finish up the one that I had set on fire earlier. Burning kill.
Asaram, not Shadow Karja. Looks like I was wrong about everything, as usual. Please, use that second sight of yours. I have to know what really happened.
I'm on it.
Let me clear everything first. So I have priorities. No, I need way more healing.
What are those leather straps? So much blood. A lot of people died here. A massacre. Armor straps, cut with a knife, and a rock with blood on it. These look like Vanguard weapons. Those rocks, they're shattered. Something hit these stones. Something I've never seen before. There's no blood on them. Ursa's men didn't fight back.
Guessing the focus concept was a game mechanic thing, like we need to make the player as smart as Aloy is. It's kind of cool what they've done with it. There's all the leather straps. What else is there here?
Please, use that second sight of yours. I have to know what really happened.
Working on it. Another one up there.
Looks like you could mount some equipment on that thing. There, by the tripod. A used power cell.
This is Ursa's helmet. I thought she died in the field below, but it must have been here. All this trickery. For what? Feels like it's just to torture me.
I have a theory, but it takes a little imagination.
So far, your theories are better than other people's facts.
All right. I think the Oseram ambushed Ursa and her men with a new weapon. They mounted it on that tripod up there. It fires waves of force, maybe sound. Looks like it cracked the stone there. I think it paralyzes people instead of killing them. It dropped the Vanguard right there. No blood on their weapons. No fight.
But why paralyze them if you're only gonna move them and gut them?
They were trying to hide something. Look here, a bloody rock.
That they used to smash Ursa's face in.
Or someone else's. These leather straps have been cut, as if they took the armor off someone.
That can't be. Her body is lying in state in Meridian. I saw it.
Is it her body?
Said She was unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Maybe they switched another body into her armor, someone around the same size, and mutilated it enough so it could have been anyone, even Ursa. Go back to Meridian. Take another look at that body. If it's really Ursa, of course I'm wrong. But if I'm right...
Then my sister could be alive. I'm going. Meet me back there when you can.
Cool. Oh, that counts as a main quest. Gotcha.
These will keep.
What am I doing on skill points right now? Close to another one. I need 2 more. Alright, I think I'm gonna fast travel to that, because I'm enjoying this quest line right now. This is really one of the best games I've ever played. I'm just curious if you can keep the level of polish up for all 44 hours of gameplay, right? It was a really strong opening.
The Nora will survive. They always do. It's that barbarian resilience.
As King Allah to protect the people of Sunfall, we all know our army is destroyed.
Always stay bright. Always stay alert. That's what I say. We all have our place in the order of things.
I love all the guards reacting to you as you run through the town. God, this game is pretty.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
I mean...
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Murad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay. Follow me, please.
All of
The
these
little
people
bits
are
of
here to see the
scavenged stuff
Sun
they have in their costumes.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, the machine tamer with a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
First the Oseram gets special treatment, and now Outlanders from the Savage East? Interest could the Sun King have in her?
Passed by some Outlander woman? Unacceptable. I've been here for 2 hours, and this Nora goes to the front of the line.
Shut up.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children who whine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
Yeah.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
Aloy of the Nora. She who sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff.
I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well.
We just run into the Sun King.
Erend, Murad, let me discuss it with her privately.
I think his costume, too.
I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Really good job of making this guy look young. Maybe that's just like a PS4 generation thing, but I think back to Mass Effect, like I couldn't really, unless if they intended a character to be super old, I couldn't tell you the difference between someone that was intended to look like they were a teenager versus in their 20s versus in their 30s or 40s.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
That era of tech.
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
That's a really good question.
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. Then she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful enemies, I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
She wasn't exactly a Jaime Lannister type, but
I'd like to ask you something about
loyal
the Sun
soldier
and
that
its
turns
politics.
on the king.
By all means.
With good reason. Doesn't seem to have a bad reputation for it, though.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Karja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Your politics seem very complicated.
Ayla doesn't care that she's beating the king.
Enemies too?
Like, yeah, whatever. We do a quest for you, that's fine.
Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters.
Ayla doesn't fuck
Many of them
around.
have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the Claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Karja nobles. It's a volatile situation, especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
I need to get going.
I have to go. I should go.
Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
Interesting. I wonder if... Oh, what's this? Founding a Meridian. The scribes look at carefully copied glyphs. I will read this and summarize. It says the Karja came from a savage land of the east. They brought with them the leaves of the old ones. Aramon found the leaves in a ruin, picked up by a beam of sunlight, and he recognized at once their importance. Then was etched the first teachings of how to observe the sun, recognize its guidance, and understand the place of man. From out of the leaves came the first glyphs, the first writings, where our knowledge could last longer than our wisdoms. Guessing the leaves are... They're not the golden plates, but they're like relics of the ancient ones. The humans that used to settle this place. They worship the sun. They settled around a tower where the flying machines perched on it, Glinthawks. The spire. Spire casts its long shadow upon a mesa across a verdant valley. Tribespeople were afraid of the spire. The spire is clearly some, like, crazy ancient human relic. There was superstition around it, and the Karjans embraced it instead. He named this place Meridian from a passage in the leaves. Interesting. What's the passage? What does it say about Meridian, I wonder? Sun King of the Radiant Line. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's the history of Karja from the perspective of the Karjans. Or the Karja, I think, is the demonym? Is that the word that means what you call a people from a place?
The Karja. We work hard as any tribe.
American is a demonym. I have a warped pitch glyph. Probably. I can get a little bit closer. Travel packs. Okay. Can I craft some? Easily. I love that requires meat. Like, there's a lot of reasons in this game to hunt consistently while you're playing it. Hunting isn't just something that you do in the early game and then never touch again. And away we go. Try to gather as much stuff as I can.
Trail.
Kind of low on resources. Fine on Ridgewood. Probably doesn't hurt to have more of it. I don't want to be crafting arrows, crafting arrows, crafting arrows, and suddenly be in trouble, right? I haven't paid attention to this before. That kind of looks like Earth's moon. Guess I'd have to look at... Oh, the opening cutscene established that this is definitely an alternate future where these people are descended from the humans from, like, our Earth. But I wasn't entirely clear on whether this took place on Earth or if it was, like, a planet that had been settled by humans. But that seems to suggest it's Earth. No spoilers, I'll figure it out.
Grab this now. The tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside. It's on to me.
Guys are cool looking. I don't know if I've seen the Longhorn robots before. Oh, snap. Lying here dead. Can still get hit during a quick save, good to know. I'm gonna need those to make fire arrows, I don't remember though. I like how easy it is to gather stuff while you're running from place to place. Like it's not a long animation.
Can tell this came from the snow thaw.
Unlocking all of the fast travel points. That guy's big. Rockbreaker corrupted. The rock paper sees me. Oh dear. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Wow. That was from full health. Okay, don't screw with those things, it turns out. Just walk a little bit wider, a little bit further away from those big things this time. I think that the flow, the current in rivers is relevant. I think it mattered in Breath of the Wild too. I'm trying to remember. Speaking of Breath of the Wild, do we have any like information on the sequel release date? Or just that a teaser trailer from several months ago? Really interested to see if that's end up being like a Majora's Mask take on Breath of the Wild 1. Tramplers.
Keep that for later.
Really like how you can explore way outside your level range in this game, and feel like you should revisit later when you're stronger or try to attempt it. I think that you can't ever lose in this game strictly because of math. Like, I think that almost all damage is avoidable. It would be really slow, potentially. But you could beat a really high-level enemy by playing smart. I'm gonna try grabbing a horse now that I'm super close to my destination, finally. Jab it in the butt.
Let's go.
Better late than never. Hopefully next episode I'll be able to get enough skill points to summon one, so I don't have to keep track of individual ones. I do have the indefinite hold on them now though, which is nice. Nice, unnecessary jump.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be at the marketplace by now.
Nothing to worry about, folks. Mount can't enter. That's fine. Don't shoot it, please.
Ain't the Carja sun supposed to love these lands? How is it so chilly?
Oh, I see. Yo.
No sign of Marad's guy. He's had plenty of time to investigate.
We'd better look for him.
Damn right.
Okay, that's probably a good stopping point. Let me head over and manually save here. It's just gonna be that campfire down there. Alright, future Marstead. You're currently doing a quest chain for your buddy with the hammer. The guy who met you right before the proving. His sister appeared to have been murdered, but it's possible that, or it's likely certain, that she wasn't murdered, that she was kidnapped and made to look like she was killed by someone who was pissed off about the Mad King being overthrown. So, you're doing that quest here. As far as what you're currently working on, keep crafting carry capacity upgrades when you get the items for it. For skills, you're trying to save up 2 skill points to get Calm Out, and then you can actually get the fun combat skills because Forager will be maxed out finally. But Calm Out will let you get around a little bit faster. And there are some horse robots around here that you can override for now until you get enough skill points. Thanks folks for watching. I'll let you guys know what's coming up next week.